Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of Shadowcast. I'm your host Szerro, and today I have with me Tejjy and Sizouney. We're recording on a Wednesday night, and we got a lot to discuss. It's been a while since we've been able to go over one of our episodes, so why don't we move into this? So Tejjy, fucking
Tejjy, that doesn't.
Tejjy, who's
That's our
Tejjy?
couple name. It's our
I
couple
like
name.
that. I like that.
All right, so Sis, how do you like Wonderland Dreams? There's been a lot going on in it.
Dude, I hate Wonderland Dreams.
Do you?
I hate every single deck being the exact same. I see goblins, I see actress, I see goblin leader, and I see Alice. That's all I see. And then I hit top left.
So I mean, I sort of agree with you on some of those points, but on the other hand, sometimes it's just nice to be able to turn off your brain a little bit, just play brain dead Alice curve. It's a nice change of pace from like actually having to try with like ramp dragon and stuff.
You don't feel like a really good player when you just go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop Alice and the game ends?
Oh no, I feel like a fantastic. When I hit Tove, when I hit 1-drop Tove, and then turn 3 I play Tove Goblin, I feel like the best player in the fucking world.
I mean, I'm an acro player at heart. I love that stupid shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes I just want to play something else, and I can't. Everything else is banned.
Everything else is bad. Yeah, feels bad. I played a lot of Ramp Dragon, and it's okay. It does decently into Spawn, but not so great into Phantom Cat, I think.
I found that matchup, like the Ramp Dragon, because I was playing that a lot too. I found Ramp Dragon into Spawn was just like, did I get my ramp and was I able to Bahamut him? And even if you were able to do that, sometimes you just died anyway. And it was such a feel bad when that would happen.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of it just depends on whether you get Sybil.
Yeah, that matchup was a little, it was neat. I really liked Ramp Dragon. For those guys listening, Ramp Dragon's really good right now. Not too many people are playing it though.
Yeah, can recommend. Especially if you're going to tournaments.
I love playing Forest, but like Forest doesn't deal with anything this expansion.
Forest,
Like you get countered by Tove, you get countered by Goblin Leader, you get countered by freaking Alice in general.
I feel like that's how Forest always played though. Like it just always kind of gets wrecked by stuff, but then you just get your OTKs and that's fine.
Nah.
I think the problem is that the matchups that it used to feed, like Haven was a matchup that used to be able to just feed on as Roach, and now they just play like Tea Time into Garuda.
They don't even need Garuda, they just need Tea Time, period.
Tea Time can just sort of mess with you a lot.
It's so much
tempo. It's like how Roach always had problems with Daria, because those mid-game board floods.
Like Abby.
Abby the Axe Girl for Toad.
Yes,
probably.
I've seen people legit tech in Abby the same way you'd use Lily to counter stuff like the Dragon matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it hasn't looked too stupid in the games that I've seen, but then again, I haven't lost those games either, so.
Abby is the type of card that I'm just not looking to put in any decks.
Yeah, that's how
I feel like if you're putting a 2-drop into your deck, that your plan is this card is good because it trades into my opponent's 2-drop and then dies. That's not really what you want to be doing.
Yeah, but you can't put any other like your Fairy Circle does not trade into Tove. Your Sylvan Justice does not hit into Tove unless you play turn 3.
Tove is a wild ride.
Tove might need a nerf.
He might. I think something in Blood's gonna be getting a nerf, right?
I think everything's getting a nerf.
I don't know. That's what we.
Well, I wonder if they're gonna hit Blood or just try to hit neutral in general.
I mean, everyone thought that Shadow was gonna get like hit with the nerf hammer last time, and then they just nerfed 2 cards out of Dragon. So who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah. Hopefully they don't nerf Dragon again.
That would be. I would not see that one coming.
No, Dragon's not in like an amazing spot. It's pretty strong, but it's not like a dominant spot at all.
No, I think it needs like a little.
I think what helped that a lot is that we got like literally 0 new cards for Dragon. Okay, we got Dread Queen, which is okay.
Dragon Summoner, dude.
I play Dragon Summoner because I'm greedy as all get
Your
out.
Goblin turn 2.
My turn 2 Goblin. You don't understand how good it is though. You just pull Sybil every time and it's worth it.
It's like a worse Lou with better stats.
Hey, don't knock it, all right? You
How,
know what?
it might be a better Lou. Lou doesn't draw you Sybil.
If all you have is a dragon summoner and a blazing breath, you can kill a Toph.
Yeah, but I mean, Lou also doesn't pull Lou.
That is true.
Even if you pull it, it's not usually that bad.
Sometimes it just lets you fill up your use your mana. Like sometimes you're just gonna pass anyway,
Yeah.
so you just get to play
Yeah.
two goblins for 2 mana.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
I like the Goblin Summoner. Or the
goblin summoning.
I thought it was gonna be really bad
planted
on
it on
release, but
purpose.
it ended up not being bad at all. It's a little bit greedy though. If you want something less greedy, you just go with Unica.
So how are you guys doing this week, as far as your ranks and stuff goes?
I guess Sis, you can start.
I mean, I hit Grandmasters, I think.
The Grand Monkey himself.
That's me.
What'd you hit Grandmaster with?
Congratulations.
I played a little bit of Spawn, and then I just got tired. It didn't feel good at all to me, so I switched over to OTK Forest and Conjuring Forest Snowman.
How much of that climb did you do with snowmen?
I did so much of that climb with Snowman.
Really?
So on stream, I usually stream all my climb, but I was staying off streaming for 4 days because I was watching SGDQ, and then I was just I can't be forced to play any of these no fun decks, so I just played Snowman because that's literally one of the only decks I can have fun with.
Snowman's a lot of fun.
And I just ended up I climbed 4,000 to 5,000 points with that in 4 days.
Wow, that's a lot. Dude, I can't believe you climbed that much with snowmen.
That deck is so much fun. I can't stop playing it, no matter what the expansion is.
That just makes me think how much faster you could have made that climb if you just actually played Phantom Cat Blood.
Do you actually
I
think
climbed 1.7k just today in a few hours.
Nice.
Do you actually think Snowman just has legs, as a deck?
I just think that deck is amazing. I don't know if it's because people hasn't gotten their decks absurdly optimized yet. I don't think that the Spawn deck's optimized yet because they're just blatantly overpowered. You don't need good cards to make it strong.
The Spawn decks are just all over the place with what they're playing.
Yeah, they're just everywhere. They're just
playing control.
Good.
Some are playing more aggressive. Some of them are not even playing the Spawn. They're just playing Phantom Cats.
But yeah, I just think that the Snowman deck is just solid. I haven't optimized it at all yet, but it's just fun.
Yeah, I really hope that Spawn, however they hit it, I think Spawn would be a really cool control deck. I think Blood got the tools that it needs to make that a strong but fair control deck. In cards like Emeralda, Scarlet Subrua, which honestly, a lot of lists are even starting to cut those, even though they're ridiculously valuable cards.
I feel like
Emeralda, especially, people are just cutting all the time, and she's that's just such a strong card. A 7-minute 4/5 that kills something, that's so good in the control deck.
The thing with Emeralda is that she competes with so many other 7-drops. She doesn't always get the Storm, but Alucard always has Storm. So that's a little bit more of a consistent finisher when you're over Vengeance.
I don't even play Emeralda in my Spawn deck.
I know. I think a lot of people don't, and I think it's correct because you can play it too aggressively. You don't need her, but I think that if they hit the early game of Spawn, I think she suddenly becomes a very good option.
Yeah,
if you need to play a little longer game.
I really want them to do something with Demon Key. I really want them to just hit that deck in such a way where Spawn is still able to stay a deck and you're able to play it with Demon Key. Because somebody did that to me the second day of the expansion, and he got a Spawn out on turn 4 or 5. That's insanely fast for a Spawn to come out. But it didn't even feel bad because he had to play this Demon Key, and he put a lot of work into that Demon Key. And that was neat.
Yeah.
What I really want is I want combo-oriented rune cards.
Well, that was a non sequitur. Combo-oriented rune cards, as if Rune doesn't have enough combo decks.
I mean, I know they have enough rune cards, but I'm sitting here with my outdated decks, and
I wanted new combo cards.
The interactive neutral cards. Hello.
The new Earthright support wasn't enough for you.
The Earthright support was fun, but that's not combo. That's just burn.
Yeah, but
I got one card, Golem Assault. What do I do with
this? They need to support multiple rune archetypes every expansion.
They're only supported 2, burn and neutral, and that's not even a rune archetype.
I don't understand why they like even attempted to make neutral cards for Rune, as if Rune doesn't have like too many things going on for it already.
No,
I mean, they didn't support. To be fair, they didn't support any archetypes for Dragon this expansion.
That is true. I mean,
They,
they gave you Queen of the Dreadsea.
they didn't really support any archetypes, period. They just gave neutral. And like, if you want to use these cards and you don't want to use neutral cards, you got Looking Glass.
This was the neutral expansion in caps lock.
That is true.
So what do you guys? All right, slight non sequitur here. What do you guys think of these shadow lists that have started popping up?
I'm loving
Most of them. What?
Are you
I'm loving them.
Are you talking about the ones that just play like Demon Eater and a bunch of soul conversions?
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones that just draw a whole lot of cards and then just play Iktar.
I straight up saw a shadow deck that plays, it ends at curves at 4 and then just 3 hectares.
Really?
I saw somebody reach Grandmaster with that, and I talked about a shadow player who I have faith in, and he said that this is what's up. Like, this is the new.
That's the new shadow, right?
Yeah. Like, you just play the neutral package up until 4 cap at Alice, and then just 3 of Hector.
Wait, really? That's not what I've seen at all.
Is it playing 3 Corpse Lords?
No.
No, what?
Dude, Corpse Lord is going to be a good card, I promise you.
You need to just stop with that. Stop with that nonsense.
What? Dude, when you evolve it, it becomes lower statted than Elven Princess Mage. It's great.
Get out of here. No, Sis, what I've seen is the Demon Eater and the Lurching Corpse, Necro Assassin, Tendon of Night, Soul Conversion, just all the draw in the last words.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
Just like value Iktar.
I've seen a lot of that. From my experience, when I played against that deck, I don't like know as a fact, but I think I've beaten like the large majority of them. They always just seem like... I've seen the play where they get bored and they just soul convert their board away because they just don't have anything else to do in their hand. And then whatever value they have gotten and whatever tempo they've gotten, they just throw away to draw cards. So I don't see what that deck does too much.
I think the point of the deck is like you just always have answers. You're supposed to just like draw into your answers, and then just play like Lurching Corpse. Like basically just keep control of the board until 7, and then like Iktar can definitely turn the board around against Phantom Cat.
Yeah, it can. Well, you need to throw 2 things into a Phantom Cat unless you evolve it. But yeah.
Well, I mean, like against Phantom Cat deck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I guess the Lurching Corpses and Necro Assassins are supposed to be good against Spawn. So I see the idea behind it, but I think the Alice curve can just like wreck it the same way it wrecks every other deck.
I feel like it might not be true, and I have a feeling it's not true, but I want to believe. I really think that there is a test of strength shadow deck out there that somebody hasn't figured out yet.
I mean, there's the Dark Alice deck, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, Keishi's running basically that value Iktar deck, but with some Dark Alices and some test of strength. And I think it's just a worse version of the Iktar deck, honestly.
It might be. I wanna just see somebody get tilted when they're up against a whole board that's just been catacombed and there's also a test of strength on the field. Like, what are you supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what does it even play into at that point is what I think you need to take into consideration. Like, you need to win off of burn damage and shadow. You need to, like, spam triple Grimnir into... I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's your win condition?
Who needs a win condition in 2017?
I think Keishi put Prince of Darkness in, so that when Dark Alice pops, like you just draw Prince of Darkness all the time, because like there's like 3 cards left in your deck.
I've seen the haunted house decks. Like those I think are exciting, but I don't think they're super good.
I haven't seen that card played against me much at all, which is really surprising. That seems like a really strong card to me.
Haunted House?
Yeah.
Well, I just think Shadow's not in a good enough spot. Right? Like, Shadow got the dragon treatment of, you were already so strong, we're not going to give you any cards this expansion, but they also got hit with nerfs right before the expansion.
Yeah, pretty severe nerfs as well.
Yeah, so it was a little bit different between Dragon and Shadow.
They had their time in the sun. I mean, everyone who just played Shadow can now just play Blood. It's okay.
Yeah. All those Shadowcraft adepts.
Yeah, no, you just gotta get
Honestly, I
Bloodcraft
never
at it.
really liked playing mid shadow. I find Phantom Cat deck a lot more tolerable than mid shadow, but I don't know why.
I really enjoy the Phantom Cat deck, but I agree though. Like the mid shadow list, I felt like it was so linear the way that you had to do your things. Like not to say that the Phantom Cat deck itself isn't necessarily linear, because pretty straightforward, just beat down aggro deck. But the shadow mid range lists, I felt like it was just always like play a strong thing on turn 7. If it's not Ektar, it's something else to fill up your board, and just always have a board, and eventually you win. And
Yeah, I don't really think I can explain why I didn't like mid shadow, but I mean, I played it for like a week after the expansion came out, and then just dropped it forever.
yeah, the only times I played mid shadow when it was like top tier were the days that was just tilted, and I was just like, I want free wins.
Yeah.
Maybe
Even
need
then,
to
I
get
just play
more
Ram
Phantom
Dragon. Alright, so that's a lot about why the expansion's bad, but
There's a lot of great
You
things going on
guys-
in this expansion too.
do you guys have any cards that you really like from the expansion?
Bladed Hedgehog. Next question.
Bladed Hedgehog.
Card. Next question.
Next. Sis, how about you?
I mean, I like the whole interaction between. I mean, this is just me fanboying on Rune again, but the interaction between Wizardess of
Filthy
Oz and
Rune
Winter's
games.
Caprice, I think that's perfect.
How do those interact? Does she just make it so that she doesn't? She
Yeah,
does
yeah.
discard?
You have a hand of spells. Like, it doesn't matter what you're playing at that point. Even if you're playing D shift, you make your sorcery's cache into 1 costs. You use Winter's Caprice to turn her into a snowman, and nothing gets banished.
But what deck do you run both of those in?
That can't
Well,
hit
I mean,
D-shift, right?
No, I mean it can't hit D shift, but it can hit everything else in D shift. So everything that boosts D shift becomes a 1 cost. Like, yeah, Sorcerer's Cache or Witchfold, Secret of
I
Erasmus is the
haven't
one.
seen you running with Savaz in any of your decks that you run.
But no, I don't think it's good in anything I've seen yet. The only thing I've seen it in is the D shift that's like Golem Assault shift that has like almost no win condition.
Oh man, I've seen that, and it seems so bad.
It seems very.
I was playing a terrible hybrid spell boost with Daria burn list. It was like it was awful. It was so much fun though, and it's playing the Golem Assault just as a spell boost and also as like a way to use your Earth Rights.
I just think like that deck that I was talking about is like an excuse to play the Abomination.
I think that card's pretty good.
I think that card is okay at best.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I play against D-Shift, and I'm always afraid of that card. Whenever they play that card against me, like, even when I have board, I'm just like, man, this is a 6/6. This thing can beat me down. And then if I don't deal with it, and he's able to activate it, not only is it going to beat me down for 6, it's also going to clear my board. What am I even supposed to do about this?
I mean, I queue up against D-Shift, and I just go onto my stat sheet, and I just note it down as a win already.
Yeah, honestly, like, Phantom Cat into D-Shift, if you lose that, you need to just quit.
Or just get a better opening hand.
I feel like D-Shift is just in a bad spot at the moment. There's some D-Shift veterans out there that's making it work, and, like, huge props to them, but I just think that the deck is just in a very bad spot.
I think D-Shift has not been in a good spot in a long time.
I feel like, I mean, it has been in a bad spot before, but now it's like every deck just is like aggro by default.
It was okay at ROB. TOTG, I think D-Shift was really bad. I mean, the only viable one was like that weird blade shift.
Yeah, the turbo shift where you just get it out by turn 5.
You just like hope that you high roll, and if you don't, you just forfeit.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem with D-Shift is that it's just like it misses AoEs, like it doesn't have enough ways to control the board, and that's something that the Abomination helps with.
I feel like D-Shift played well as a tournament deck in TOTG, but ironically, I don't think that's going to be the case this season.
It kind of loses to a
wouldn't
lot of
expect
things.
it.
Like its matchups are so incredibly polarizing.
Yeah, that's why everyone hated it.
I feel like instead of there being a clear distinguishing, I don't know if that's the word.
Distinction.
Distinction. Thank you. I don't know if like there's clear enough of a distinction between like slow decks now and like faster decks, because everything has just gotten so much tempo. Like even Haven has gotten tea time. and that's enough to
And
get
Snow White.
Yeah, and Snow White. There you go.
Yeah. So what do
It's-
you guys think about Snow White? Actually, I'm genuinely curious.
I think that card's wild.
I think Snow White is the second best 2-drop, only overpowered by Bronze.
A lowly blood bronze.
So you think Tove is better than Snow White?
No, we're not
I-
talking about Tove.
I do think that Tove is better than Snow White, but I mean, I think that Snow White is an amazing card. Snow White.
Snow White's insane.
I think Snow White's great.
Snow White is more stats than Tove is.
That's
For
not
2 mana.
considering Roach, of course. We're not talking about all these cheese 2-drops.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's be honest. Roach isn't a 2-drop.
Now, I mean, your turn 2 play, the best turn 2 play, I think, is by far Tove.
Yeah, I'd
And
agree.
then Snow White.
Tove is really strong. And that
Yeah,
sound that it makes.
cards I don't want to see on turn 2. Top of the list is Tove, and then right after that is probably Snow White.
And then,
Just
But
because it's such a pain.
and then there's the occasional black inscription when you play the Tove. That's a card you don't want to see on turn 2 either.
And then there's the black inscription when you play the Snow White. That's also something I'm going to see.
Flying Scripture is a pretty good card.
Turns out,
Cards I don't want to see on turn 2.
I can't
remember-
get black inscription and Dragoncraft. Make LB great again.
Make like
I
class
remember
great
when
again.
Ishi were like talking about Lion decks at the start of the expansion. He was like, "Dude, we don't need Black Inscription. We don't need turn 4 Evo targets. We just need like damage, neutral aggro and lions."
Yeah.
And it was the worst thing ever. It worked like the first day because everybody was stupid, and then it's
Yeah.
like
Everything
it's
works
like-
day one. Like every deck you try, it's like, dude, this is OP. Oh man, I'm just getting like a 10 win streak. And it's just like everyone else is playing also garbage decks. So feels bad.
Are you guys seeing much sword anymore? Much neutral sword?
Definitely not at all.
That deck really
Day
fell out of
1 and
favor.
2, it was like everywhere. And then people realized that Spawn Blood beats it. And yeah. That's it.
From my experience playing that deck, it felt as weird as it sounds for an aggro deck. It felt incredibly inconsistent.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
just
mean-
think it was the whole aggro is strong in chaos at the beginning of the expansion. Now people have gotten like more refined decks, and Swordcrafts is just not that.
I'm pretty disappointed how Forest has fallen out the way it's fallen.
I just think that's natural for Forest to do, honestly, when there's so much tempo going on that it can't compete with.
Yeah, Forest can't deal. Like it's so hard. Like it'll be turn 4 and your opponent will have like 12 HP worth of stats on the board after they played an Alice, and you're looking at your Will of the Forest and you're thinking, I'm sorry.
I mean,
what did I do to deserve this?
At that point, you're relying on Elf Twins Assault to get you out of that position, and that card, by the way, is bonkers. Like
Yeah.
that card is carrying Forest right now.
Yeah, Elf Twins Assault. If you draw that card, you actually have a chance against any deck. Like if you get a good Elf Twins Assault off, that
But
just
the issue
swings
is
the
like
entire
that's
game.
the only card that's going to give you a chance against almost any deck.
Yeah.
What about Roach? Kappa.
I mean, but Roach doesn't get rid of Goblin Leader. Like you,
That's where you're wrong. All you need to do is cast a spell before you play the Roach, and the Roach trades right into that Goblin Leader.
nice. Good 2-drop, trades into a 3-drop.
Feels good, man. All it does is leave a Goblin behind.
Trades into half of a 3-drop, yeah.
So
Well, as for me, I just want to say that the best card in the expansion is obviously Worm God of the Skies. Not only is she best girl of the expansion, she enables me to play other best girl, Dark Dragoon Forte, as a 10-2.
Wait, why are you not playing Fortress Crap?
yeah, dude, why aren't you
Fortress-
playing Fortress Crab?
You get that scum out of it. Don't even talk to me about Fortress Crab.
Are
That's-
you Tejjy?
We don't just stop.
Wait.
We're not talking about Fortress.
But wait,
Crab, okay?
Tejjy, I gotta ask you something. Gotta ask something really important.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so Sizouney, I gotta ask you something really important. Then.
Alright, hit me up with it.
So are you using your Fortress Crab sleeves that they gave? They gave everyone
Oh my
Fortress Crab
God.
sleeves.
Wait, are you
Oh my
asking me?
God.
I'm Grandmaster. I'm not even using my animated sleeves.
Wait, I saw you using animated sleeves on your stream, bro.
Okay. So I
Come
put
on.
animated sleeves
Come
on
on.
one deck as like a hey, I got these now. Everybody's hyped about them. I gotta use them too.
Well-
But as a matter of fact, I already took them off that one deck.
They're nice
if you
sleeves.
say so.
I don't use sleeves.
I just forget to equip the sleeves, and like
I
every
put the Grand Blue Forte sleeves on everything.
I don't have sleeves on a single deck anymore.
Really?
Yes, all my decks are default sleeves. So literally just check.
That's disgusting.
my decks are almost always on default sleeves, except for like before I go to a tournament, I'll change around the sleeves and I'll put like Bloodcraft sleeves on my Forest deck, and I'll put like Shadowcraft sleeves on my Haven deck and stuff like that.
That's the mind game.
It's the mind games.
You know, am I really playing Forestcraft? Yes, I can see your class. But am I really?
I just like
Is it going to be the Sylvan Justice or is it going to be the Blood Wolf?
what could it be? It's the secret tech. The point is you're trying to tilt your opponent before the game even begins.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
It's
I
like
don't.
putting Baphomet sleeves on.
Yeah, when you're not even playing Baphomet and you're a blood deck.
Oh yeah.
Just the mind games. So, Tejjy, I don't think you actually said it. What rank are you sitting at right now?
I am at about 8K right now.
You're sitting at 8K. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, that's really good.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm 7850.
7850.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
I'm
Yeah,
sitting.
you're right.
I'm sitting at like 6,500.
Thanks, sis.
I haven't played in like the past 2 days though. I got
Yeah,
faster
me-
than light, and I've just been playing that like so much.
Yeah, I feel that. That's a good
I'm at
game.
8800. I got to Grandmaster, then I was like, hey, I want to play a lot of fun combo decks, and then like it just dropped.
Well, I remember that one freebie you gave me.
That was, I mean, like I was like cackling your goblins left and right when you had 2 jumps on the board.
The one freebie.
That was fun.
That was a fun match.
So what do you guys
but
think
yeah.
about the decks right now? What do you think about the best few decks are? I think we could all agree on Spawn being one of the not Spawn itself, but just some variant of Blood being one of the best.
Yeah, I think the Blood as a whole, like just the Blood package with Tove, neutral, and honestly any win condition, like it can be Karabos even. It's just up there.
Yeah, I think if you want a ladder right now, you just play Blood. Like, just do it. I mean, unless you want to devote a ton of time, like you can get positive with other decks, but unless you want to like spend a lot of time and just be tilted about Toes, just play Blood right now on ladder.
And the thing is, it's got a better win rate than everything right now, and its games are so fast.
Yeah.
I was actually looking up on Shadowlog before, and Blood is the only registered deck with a positive win rate in the Masters ladder at the moment on Shadowlogs.
What? That's crazy.
I mean,
I'm not surprised.
Shadowlog sucks, and you can't count on their data and whatnot, but I mean, it's still kind of mind-boggling.
It's still telling, yeah.
So if you guys were to recommend something, I would personally recommend if you want to play Blood, I would recommend the Phantom Cat version, just because. Oh yeah, continue.
My top 3 decks for ladder right now of personal experience is Burn Rune, is any Blood deck, literally. Like I would even recommend Karabos Vengeance. That's how far I'd go. It's just silly.
Yeah, I'd say my top 3 are Karabos, Spawn, and Phantom Cat.
But yeah, my third deck would be any Haven deck. I feel like Haven is just in such a
definitely.
good spot as well.
Haven is
You can
really good.
That
like you can play a
segues.
slow Aegis deck. You can play a fast neutral Lion deck. They're just strong.
You can play fast Aegis deck.
You can play a fast Aegis deck. There you go.
That segues into my next point, which is that bringing to tournaments, we got NGE starting back up soon. And right now, I think going to tournaments, Blood obviously is still very good, but probably until the nerfs come around, just going to be banned every single round. So, other 2 decks, what do you guys think are good
Other decks
in the
other
tournament scene?
like other than Blood, you mean?
Yeah, in a 3-deck, 1-ban format.
In a 3-deck, 1-ban format, I think Forest is actually a good deck.
No, I think the Forest is good in that aspect.
Like
Yeah.
when it comes to tournament, I think Forest has just always been a pretty strong deck. Just because I feel like it's got its matchups that it can just steal games.
I feel like Forest sucks in ladder at the moment, but in tournament, it's going to be great, and I think it's always going to be like that. Just because Forest is a strong deck, and it's always going to be a strong deck.
It's the type of class that just like when you have the ability to ban something, it gets so much stronger.
And I feel like the whole, like, you have a definite win condition, which is almost inevitable for the opponent. Like, I feel like such a deck is just very strong.
Yeah, the roaches are so hard to deal with unless they're forced to use the roaches as removal. Then they start to struggle.
Then you have a bad time.
Yeah, then you're having a bad time.
Yeah, I would agree. So I would say in tournaments right now, actually not sure how good Burn Rune is in a tournament. I think Burn Rune can steal a lot of matchups from Blood, but I don't. If you can just ban Blood, I don't know if it's worth bringing Burn Rune.
No, I don't think that's worth it at all. I don't think that Burn Rune is necessarily going to be huge in tournaments.
I would say that my top three are Forest, Dragon, and Haven. I think Dragon, once you don't have to deal with ridiculous Tove curve, you can actually make a really strong Dragon deck that doesn't have to run Unicas and whatever, and you can clean up a lot of matchups.
I feel like if I'm going into a tournament, what I would want to do is I would want to bring Spawn Blood and just play 2 decks no ban.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think that the format's going to be right now. And if you're going to a tournament, you need to prepare for that. And I think that Haven's really good. I mean, I just think that the types of decks that come to tournaments, like Haven is in such a strong spot right now. And as long as you bring Blood, nobody can really reasonably target your Haven with a ban.
I also don't think that you would not want to let Spawn go free. Like, even if you tech heavily against it, that deck is still just strong.
It was like last season when people would play Shadow, and then some people would be teching in the Forbidden Rituals, and it wouldn't even help against Shadow.
Yeah, I won a game where the guy his deck was literally nothing but Shadow tech. He was just a Haven player. His deck was nothing but Shadow tech. He barely even had a win con. And he drew all of his shadow removal stuff, and I still won.
That was in the tournament, right?
Yeah, you watched that game.
I remember that. I told you you're a terrible person, and you should be ashamed of
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah, I am a terrible person.
If I were to be going to a tournament right now, I feel like I would want to be bringing Forest, Blood, and Dragon.
Yeah, I would probably bring Haven, Blood, Dragon. I think that Dragon, you're gonna want to bring Storm. In my opinion, I don't think healing is not gonna help you against Haven or Forest that much. I think you want the Storm because Storm's the only way you're gonna beat Haven, and Zeus is actually really great against Forest. I mean, he's great in general, but Zeus is phenomenal against Forest because what are they gonna do?
So you've been doing a lot of your climbing with Ramp Dragon, right?
I did about the first 5,000 points, 6,000 points with Ramp Dragon, yeah.
So how do you feel about that, on ladder and such?
I think that Ramp Dragon right now, we got basically nothing in the new expansion. I run Dread Queen. It's sort of just a fun thing that I like to do. It's definitely not necessary.
Yeah, you sent me that same deck list with the Dread Queens, and I couldn't stand those guys in the deck.
I love it, dude. Really, Dragon it's just sort of rolling the dice some games. Sybil carries that whole deck on her back. I'm not gonna lie. That card is such a ridiculously overpowered card that Dragon got literally nothing this expansion, and it's still a good deck just because of Sybil, in my opinion, and Bahamut. I mean, Bahamut and Grimnir are just ridiculously good.
Well, I mean, Dragon Oracle's a pretty good card too, right?
Yeah, but a lot of times you can't afford to play it on 2 because you need to remove Tove.
I play it on 2 a lot anyway.
I don't think you can play it on 2 against Tove.
But Szerro, this is why you don't have a lot of points.
Yeah,
wow,
exactly.
Is that why? It's not because I stopped playing the past 2 days? Alright, I see how it is.
So I would remove Dragon Oracle as a whole and just put in Trail of Light. It's probably a better card.
Well, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, actually, no, Trail of Light draws you a card. It's a pretty good card.
So does Dragon Oracle.
Only when you're in overflow. I think you're
See,
really
not on turn 2. That's what the determining factor. You got to win the early game.
Yeah.
Why would you run Trail of Light when you could run Into the Looking Glass? Come on, guys.
Because we're not playing a neutral deck. Are you serious? What kind of question was that?
But Into the Looking Glass has cuter art. Don't be stupid.
Are you serious? You're telling me I'm stupid, but you're the one putting a card in your deck that makes your entire deck weak to Surefire Bullet. Why would you do that to yourself?
It just makes your entire hand weak to Surefire.
Wait, how would that make you weak to Surefire Bullet? Do you know how that card works?
Wait, yeah. Wait,
Maybe I don't know how
you
that card
don't.
works.
You're
What-
making your deck weak to Tina, not Surefire Bullet.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
and
I get
who
those two
runs
confused
Tina,
all the
let's be
time.
honest? Nobody runs Tina, am I right?
You mean Dragon Warrior in every class?
Dragon Warrior for every
I
class.
mean, you have Cudgel. Why'd you play Tina? Haha.
No.
I still
Most
feel
of
like
the Havenists I've seen run like 2 Tina, 1 Cudgel.
I think that's legit.
I think it's
Yeah.
crazy how Cudgel just fell out of favor like that.
Well, what are you banishing? I mean, Blood
Yeah, we
doesn't
don't
care
play
about
Shadow.
banishing anything.
I'm banishing your Ouroboros, don't you understand?
You just
Banishing
play
my
Cthulhu
Ayala
with
every
Cthulhu
single
flag
game
scriptures
feels good,
for
man.
valid.
So, what was it? It was already almost 2 weeks ago, I think, right? Like a week and a half ago was the Wonderland Dreams event. Tejjy, you played in that, right?
The release event?
Yeah, the Shadow Nexus one.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
So that ended up actually, from what Aya was saying, Aya Senpai from Shadow Nexus, he was saying that ended up being the biggest Shadowverse tournament to date, just flat out. I don't know if that's
it
100.
was.
Is that true? Do you know if that's true?
Yes.
That's pretty crazy. So there were 256 players in that event, and the format was you had to have 10 cards from Wonderland Dreams in your deck, and then everything else was just build your deck however you want.
Yeah, so that was actually kind of an interesting restriction because it really basically cut Dragoncraft completely out of the tournament. Kind of an unintended side effect, I think, but it did because Dragoncraft, like I said, still very good, but didn't get anything new this expansion. So if you have to put 10 new cards in your deck, can't really play Ramp Dragon.
Yeah, I think the Ramp Dragon list I'm playing has like 2 new cards from the new expansion or something like that. Something really
Yeah, mine
small.
has 4 new cards.
And you're playing the 2 Queen of the Dread Seas.
2 Dread Queens, yeah. And I don't think I could fit more. I mean, I could fit in Worm God, but that's a bad card.
Maybe you could put in like a 3rd Dragon Summoner.
Yeah, that would be an interesting decision, though.
What do you think about Hector in the Dragon deck?
I think it's garbage.
But what if you're playing Sahak Wheels? Is it still garbage?
I think, unless you want to, like, I mean, I guess if you play, like, only...
You don't need.
I don't know.
You don't
The
need to put
question is,
Sybil in
like,
your deck,
is he
right?
better than Goblin, not Demon? And the question after that is that better than just running more late game and just ramping into it?
I think if you want to talk about specifically 5-drops, why are you not just running Wrathdrake instead of Hector? Like, is that really...
Because
Yeah.
I guess Hector like instantly kills something. Like Hector itself can deal with a Goblin leader.
Well, the
not
thing
that
is,
that's like the best thing in the world, but Wrathdrake can't really deal with a Goblin leader.
Ramp Dragon, like, you really want to minimize how many cards you have that are, like, you want to run as many late game cards as you possibly can without your deck just being a brick.
Which is
Right.
nice about Wrathdrake because it is an 8-drop.
Yeah, exactly. Hector is a 5-drop, and
You deal 3 damage to one target at an ideal situation.
yeah, so as soon as you start hitting like 8, 9, 10 mana, like Ramp Dragon does not typically have
Cards in its hand.
no, it doesn't typically have cards to fill out that curve, like to play with a Hector. Like you're playing basically you're going to be playing like a 5 mana card on turn 9. You know?
There are a lot of times you're playing Ramp Dragon, you just get those hands where like by turn 5, 6 you're just on 3 cards as well. So Hector can become very inconsistent very fast. Because you
Yeah,
need
I
like
think
you need
it's-
what 3 cards in your hand to turn them on.
Yeah. I think he's unnecessary for sure.
Yeah, I could agree. It's a neat idea though.
Yeah. What I want to be good, I want Worm Goddess to be good, but I don't think it's ever happening.
So about that Wonderland Dreams event, Tejjy, you played in that, right?
I did. I brought almost exactly the same list you did.
Yeah, we ended up both bringing Forest and
actually
and
were
Blood,
top
right?
3 in that one, right?
Yeah, I tied for 3rd place in that event.
Yeah, pretty good going. The only top 16 player to bring Forest, everyone.
Yeah,
He got a 100% win rate with Forest.
In the top 16, he did indeed, yes.
Yeah, in the top 16, if you look at those statistics, Forrest had a 100% win rate and played 1 game.
Yeah.
So if you
Feels good.
if you were to look at the players who actually played in that, The person who came in first place was Menso. V2 was in second, and then I myself, Szerro, and Lest tied for third and fourth place.
I don't even know these people.
I've seen the
I've
name
heard of
Lest
Lest.
before.
Yeah, definitely.
V2 was, I think, out of left field for a lot of people, but congrats to that guy.
Yeah, good on him. And Menso, I don't think I've ever seen that name before.
But that's what
Yeah.
I like about that. Like, there was so many people. You played like 10 rounds of Swiss. That event was crazy.
That was a
Yeah,
long
it was
event.
long.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Like, there's
But
so many players that was like not even like there's no a lot of people that didn't have like any experience in the competitive scene.
yeah, I played against a couple of like A players, whatever. But it's good. It's good that they're getting into the.
Yeah, I
tournament.
think that was great.
Gotta go for that Olivia figurine. I
Yeah.
cried myself to sleep after I just missed top 16.
Oh, I got from the prizes that I got 2 Wonderland Dream packs. I opened up one of them, or not Wonderland Dream packs. What's the expansion with Ektar?
TOTG.
Yeah, what's the expansion? TOTG. I got 2 of those, and I pulled an Ektar in one of them, and I don't know if I want to open up the second pack yet.
Ooh.
Did
Did they have that new card smell?
It did have that new card smell.
Oh, that's the best smell.
It was like it was the okay hand emoji. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. There's a lot of emojis I know that you're talking about.
So, also in the past week was the Shadow Nexus Dream League finals. Sizouney, you got invited to that one, right?
Oh, well, I mean, I qualified for it.
Yeah, you qualified, invited. What's the difference, right?
Well, I mean, if I got invited, then it's because somebody likes how I smell, and it's like, hey, you want to come? Here, it's like I battled my way hard fought through all the other people to contest the top 16.
I don't
That's
know.
me.
I don't know, man. I don't think you did anything nearly that impressive, but you could pat yourself on the back if you want.
I got undefeated with Snowman. What? Okay. You know what?
Undefeated with Snowman. I like
Wait,
it.
that happened. That legitimately happened.
Is Snowman just the best deck in Shadowverse and nobody knows? Is that what's going on?
No, I mean that deck is really, really strong. I just think that it's the same thing I said about the whole Roach thing. With if you have an uncontested win condition at one point in the game, like I just think that a deck is strong.
Yeah.
So
Like I mean, you can do the whole like Seraph is going to get countered by Odin. You have like Ram Dragon still gets like your big things get removed unless you're a Storm, then you're still pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's why Storm Ramp is better than regular Ramp, because there's nothing you can do about Storm damage, right? I mean, you can ward up, but I'll just play Bahamut, and then I'll play my Storm damage.
and it's kind of hard to
yeah.
deal with storm damage plus Bahamut.
As for the
Yeah.
whole Dream thing, like I wanted to play this as a 2-deck no ban, but it was 3 decks, so I had to bring a 3rd deck, obviously.
Mhm.
And I was looking at what other people have been bringing, and Haven had a lot of success with Alana decks. So I asked one of my friends, it's like, can you give me your best Alana net deck? And I brought that, took out the Grimners, put in like other bad cards, and and I just lost my first round. I lost 2 games with my Alana deck, and I'm out.
Did you test the Alana deck at all before you played it? You're just like, this looks good.
I tested it. I tested it against I tested it 2 times.
Obviously, you just didn't high roll enough.
Yeah, you need to get better at rolling.
What do
dice,
you mean
man.
I didn't hire? I drew all my Alanas. I lost against. I played against Aosuke Yuri. I lost against his Vengeance Blood, and I lost against his no win condition Shadow.
But you have to. No. You don't understand. You just. Obviously, you're playing it wrong.
Yeah, you need to just heal more. You're never supposed to be under 20 HP, and you're always supposed to be behind like a
But I
16 ward.
I was like, I mean, he was playing no win condition Shadow. He just removed my stuff over and over.
No. You can't let him remove your stuff, dude.
I feel like he was playing 6 Death Spreads, like 20 zombie parties, like 5 Lord of the Fly. He played.
He was playing Lord of the Flies.
He played the what is it called? Is it called Highway to Hell? That's not what it's called.
Oh, that's the
wait,
thing that
that
gives
was
you back a
good.
card, right?
Yes, that's the
Oh
one.
no,
That's the one.
Highway to Hell is the one that like gives something death touch, I think.
Oh, right. That's for blood. Yeah, no, the Rise of the Dead. That's what it's called.
Rise of the
Oh,
Dead. No, I think
God.
Highway to
Played
Hell
that
is also a I think that's also a shadow card actually.
Oh, okay, but yeah, he
Yeah.
played the one card to get you back a high cost follower. He got his animated Ektar back. Like he made his Ektar animated and he got him back.
That's some value right there. You get
That's some pretty good value.
not
Like how
only
do
it
we,
got back an Ektar, it got back an animated Ektar. How do you beat that?
I'm
Dude,
playing
no.
this grinder deck that doesn't have Aegis because of the format, and I'm supposed to win off of Tenko. Hello, what is this card even?
Janko's so good. Like, let's be real.
friends.
That card's been played against me like 3 times on ladder, and it's killed me almost every single time.
I have never lost to an Alana deck. Even when I played Phantom Cat, I haven't lost to an Alana deck.
Wait, I actually got like disgustingly curved on by this Solana deck the other day though. Like, I don't know, he just had like an 8/8 and like 2 8/8s out on the field on like turn 5 or something.
Somebody sent me a screen cap of somebody playing against an Alana deck the other day, and it was like turn 4, and he was staring down like 2 7/7s or something crazy like that.
Wait, how does that even happen?
I have no idea.
Like, do you just leave their entire board up and then they just drop the Alana turn 3 into like 1 cost monastic water times 4?
I don't know. Maybe a Unica triggered like 3 times too many.
I mean, if Unikit triggers more than once, then I feel like you're doing something wrong.
Sometimes they can just
Especially if
protect
Alana
that.
is already on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not a professional.
Of course you can. It's limited how much you can protect a Unica and still drop the Alana by 3.
So what is it? It's Wednesday today, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday the 12th, and on
Thursday to me.
It's Thursday for you. Well, nobody asked you.
That's sad.
On Saturday, on Sunday was the Morningstar League as well. That's an event done by Trials of Faith, and it was
Oh yeah.
it was
Yeah,
actually
this was the finals, right?
yeah, it was the finals for that, and I actually qualified for that by accident because I hadn't played in it in a couple of weeks, and I was pretty disappointed because like, man, this sucks. I was playing this a lot. I had a really good score in this, and I just wasn't able to play for like 5 weeks in a row, and I'm not gonna be able to qualify. I was pretty disappointed, and I actually got a message from Nibe, and he told me, hey, are you gonna be able to play in the finals? I was like, no way, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So that event
And
ended up
you-
first place was taken by Vulcan. And second place was taken by me, which was pretty nice.
pretty
impressive.
good. Strong player.
If that's what you want to call
Zero
it.
strong. Zero strong.
And that I ended up bringing, I think that was 4 decks I brought. That was a weird format because
There's 4 decks.
I think so. It was 4 decks, 1 ban, and the rules were it was just TOTG. You had to play
yeah.
TOTG, but Shadow Reaper was nerfed, so nobody was playing Shadow.
So
so
it's just a lot of ramp
Tejjy,
dragon.
did you just give him the Sora treatment?
what do you mean by the Sora treatment?
No, he just the whole zero strong muscle emoji.
Yeah. Sora strong. Zero strong.
Our names are
Feels
kind of
flattering.
similar.
Sound almost the same.
It works. In that event, yeah, I saw a lot of Ramp Dragon. I myself brought Ramp Dragon. I brought Snow Memes. I wanted to make Sizouney proud.
Did you see a lot of Vengeance Blood?
I saw a good amount of Vengeance Blood. I didn't bring Vengeance Blood myself, which I really should have, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you remember you sent me a really janky sword deck where you played Tsubaki and you wanted to Ariat it, and you basically was a build your own Spawn of the Abyss? So I ended up bringing that over Vengeance Blood.
Right, but that with no Wonderland Dream cards.
Yeah, that with no Wonderland Dreams cards. So I was just playing the Ariat Tsubaki combo with like Vagabond Frogs.
Oh, interesting.
And I had a Vagabond Frog at one point. It was like turn 5 and it had 7 attack. I was thinking to myself, this is fun.
Okay, so I love the dedicated frog deck, but like I think a one-off Arya that is fine, and
I was playing 2 Ariats, but the Ariats get slightly better because you're playing the Tsubakis too. So you evolve the Tsubaki and that's 12 damage.
That does get better, but at that point you can't play dedicated frog because you can't play conscription.
Oh, I've never played. I've never put conscription in a sword deck, and I don't think I ever will.
You never actually tried that? It's so much fun. You gotta try that at some point.
Is it? Send me a list for that, and I will try that. To
I'll
me, like
send you a
conscription
list
just feels
right
like such a tempo loss.
I mean, it is a tempo loss if you can't make up for it, and I don't know if it's still strong in this expansion, but I feel like the deck as a whole is just fun.
That I could believe it's fun. That I could definitely give it.
I lead in my deck.
So he must have really liked it. He must have really liked that deck.
I just subconsciously I go to the front page, delete the first deck I see, and just to create deck space.
So we already mentioned that NGE Season 2 is starting. Do you guys know if that format is going to be any different, or if it's going to be following the same format that NGE has been? The 2 decks, no ban.
It will be 2 deck 1 ban this time. Thank goodness.
2 deck 1 ban?
Yeah, 3 deck 1 ban.
3
Sorry,
deck 1
my
ban.
bad.
Yeah, 3 deck 1 ban.
You will play with 2 decks.
That's a good quality of life
Much
change.
better, yeah.
It's gonna be 3 deck 1 ban the whole way through.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'm glad to hear that. So, and that starts July 22nd is when the first
I'm
NGE
really
is gonna
happy
start.
because as a European citizen, I can finally participate in an NGE tournament.
Oh, yes. Europeans rejoice.
Let the people rejoice.
You are now allowed. You are no longer second-class citizens.
Yes,
So,
I'm really
so
excited about that.
I will definitely
NGE
be
has always
playing
been
NGE.
the
I think
big
you guys
thing.
probably will be too. And hopefully it will be better this time with the 3 deck 1 ban. Last time it felt a little bit like a high roll simulator. But
NGE was always really inconvenient for me because it started 15 minutes after I got out of work.
yeah, it was always during class, but
Wait, NGE players doesn't work.
You what?
We only play Shadowverse all day.
I wish I could do that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll just quit all of my ambitions and just play Shadowverse for the rest
That's
of my
why I can
life.
stream for 8 hours consistently every single day.
With that said, you guys should come and watch Sizouney stream. He streams pretty often. He's a pretty good player.
oh yeah, I can second that one.
You should just come give me some money and then just leave.
He's really good with his chat. If you ask him any questions, he'll answer them. He's one of my favorite streamers. Probably a little biased, but
We didn't. I didn't agree to this. I didn't agree to get shamelessly plugged.
you did not agree to get shamelessly plugged. I'm just dropping it on you.
all night long.
So
Anyways, check out the boyo if you've got some time.
I didn't even add the HSK logo to my stream yet.
It was bad, man.
you should work on that. So
I should work on that. I got it saved to my computer and I just left it there.
one day.
Azure made a command in your chat for it, but you won't even.
Oh yeah,
put it.
Ashray, he's not even an HSK player, and he was just hey, should I just add this command? Sure.
Yeah, good guy, Azure.
Good guy, Azure.
My
Azure's a
partner
nice
in
guy.
research.
No, I love Ashray. He's the best.
So, do you guys have any shoutouts? We're getting pretty close to the 1 hour mark. You guys have anything you wanted to say before we wrap up?
I'd like to shout out to HSK Dominus, my soulmate.
Dude, Dom is the best.
I like Dom.
Back up. Back
Wait,
up.
actually, I'm going to
Back
share
off,
something
alright?
really quick about Dom. So we were, me, Szerro, and Dom were scrimming against CPV. Or we're not scrimming, we were actually playing against it. It was the team league, I think.
Yeah, that was in the HSK team league.
Yeah, right, that was in the team league. And CPV did this thing where they swapped out a player, and we were like, dude, they're not gonna bring the same deck again. They're just swapping out because they're playing a different deck. And Dom is like, I don't care. They're bluffing. They're bringing the same deck. and they were they're doing this stupid
They actually brought it.
and
Oh,
Dom he just got him on the dot.
Oh my god.
It
That was
was
amazing.
Dom's a strong player.
it was the
Dom's
wildest of
nice.
mind games.
I mean, but how did Dom figure that out? He's a genius.
I don't know, man.
Yes.
The way
Dom was a man ahead of his time.
I hear Dominus isn't actually a man; he's just a computer.
That's amazing.
Well, if
I wanna
he's
shout
just a
to Celia.
computer, then I love him anyway.
I have a dream of one day casting with Acelia, but that's never going to happen because
I
I'm too shy.
casted with Acelia the other day. Feels good, man.
I'm jealous.
You could have
Yeah.
casted with him, but somebody had to go to bed.
But I had to sleep.
That's no excuse.
Shout out
when
to
it's
our
late, I
three
gotta.
twitch.tv/Hallowed Sky SV, I think.
I think it's just it's
Yeah, I don't think there's Nesby
twitch.tv,
in there.
just Hallowed Sky.
Twitch.tv/Hallowed Sky. This Sunday, we will be streaming the HSK Team League tournament. So be there.
And
You're going to see a lot of really good players playing and talking.
I have heard that
players.
Acelia is going to be playing in that.
in the team.
Oh boy.
I talked to Acelia earlier, and he was like, maybe.
That's gonna be
Well,
spicy.
they're not doing so well, so maybe they try to switch up their
I'm
roster.
low-key looking forward to that.
Yeah, I want to see what Acelia is gonna bring. He might bring some spicy decks. He might.
We are
Acelia's
playing-
actually been like, he's been trying to not be a meme player anymore, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, he might be bringing a Cannon S Haven again.
I said he's not trying to be a meme player.
Yeah, so maybe some Cannon S Haven. We'll see.
Oh my, this
Who
guy.
are we playing against this week? We're playing against.
I hope our opponent concedes again, so I can just cast Acelia's game. That'd be great.
We are playing against Turning Point. TP. They're 2-2 right now.
Yeah,
They're actually doing better than Mana Surge.
Wait, I don't even know who Turning Point is.
Turning Point's just like a small team. They don't have all too many players, but they got invited because they were one of the last teams that I could think of that would fill up the spot, and they're doing pretty good. They're holding their own in the event. Right now they're in 5th place.
Sir, you
What
said
are their
you
players?
have 7th. Oh, I see what it is. I see how you're doing this. Okay. CPV actually has more points than Mana Surge, even though they're 1-3 and Mana Surge is 2-2.
Yeah, feels
funny.
Feels weird, man. Yeah,
Who's the
so
Turning-
Turning Point
weird.
players? Hello?
the Turning Point players, I know Shadette is on that team. I don't know who else is on that team.
Oh, well, that's about sums it up, huh?
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, this has been the second episode of Shadowcast. We're gonna get sorry for the delay. I know the people who listened to the first episode, there's been almost like a month delay in between. We had to work some stuff out, and we're gonna be keeping at this. This is gonna be a weekly thing again. So
Now that I'm on the team, this is going to be a daily thing.
this is gonna be
Well,
a daily thing. I
definitely
can't.
not gonna
I
be
can't
there.
commit to that. All right.
Weekly I can do, daily not so much.
All right, everybody.
But yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Have fun on ladder. This is Szerro.
And Tejjy.
And this.
Have a good one, everyone.